years ago, I quit my job, sold everything in Japan, and started my 1 year of solo travel. I didn't want the normal kind of travel. I wanted to travel with a backpack, I wanted to travel local, I wanted to get my hands dirty. So I set off on my 1 year journey. Today, I'm going to teach you how to be a backpacker and how anyone can travel the world with a limited budget. If you don't know me already, my name is Edith. I'm an IELTS instructor, a traveler, and a digital nomad. Welcome to my channel. A lot of people might ask me, what is my reasons of traveling? Well, since I was 18 years old, I have been dreaming about the world. And I was consumed by wanderlust. I was sick of being fed by the controlled mainstream media. And you never really know what is happening around the world unless you really go there, talk to the people, and see it with your own eyes. The next question usually would be, how could I afford to travel for a whole year? To start with, saving. I spent about 2 years working my ass off to earn the money. I was working in this Japanese school. Life was fun because it was a very international environment, but I wasn't paid much, so I was living very frugally. On top of that, I also had a part-time job every weekend, teaching English to Japanese students in a coffee shop, in old folks' home, kids center, and was constantly preparing for work. It was tiring but also satisfying because I was running towards my dream. After 2 years living on shoestring, I finally saved a total of 2 million Japanese yen, which is only about 120,000 Hong Kong dollars. It was time to leave Japan and hit the road. One of the exciting things to think about was the countries I would be visiting. There were some criteria to choose to keep the budget low. Number 1, am I interested in this country? Number 2, do I need to pay extra to get the visa to enter the country? Number 3, do I have some friends living in this country so I can crash at their place? Number 4, are there any interesting festivals or places I would like to see? So eventually, I came up with a list of countries that I would be visiting. I decided to go explore Southeast Asia, Oceania, Western Asia, and Europe. Here are the countries that I managed to visit in that year. Living out of a suitcase, and most of the time I was traveling solo. My husband joined me from time to time. Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Burma, Cambodia, Nepal, India, Taiwan, Iran, Turkey, Greece, Hungary, Bosnia, Germany, Italy, New Zealand, French Polynesia. "17 countries in total. After 2 weeks to a month, I moved on to another country. My goal was not to hit as many countries as possible, but to make the most of life. So now, what cities should I be visiting? Should I visit known cities or off the beaten track? My logic is I should try to avoid the tourist area because prices are driven up by tourism. Also, the closer to the tourist area, the more likely the culture is changed to adapt to the tourist. For example, Americans would come to Kyoto not to enjoy Japanese food, but McDonald's. Another tip of traveling cheaply is to choose your transportation wisely. Since I was traveling for a longer period of time, so I opted for a more local way to travel, by land or by sea. I crossed the border of Nepal on foot from India, and I traveled from Turkey to Greece by ferry. Countries in Europe are very well connected. The transportation network is well developed. It's easy to travel from Italy to Switzerland by train. You can take a bus from Bosnia to Serbia within a day. But the train and bus in some less developed countries is not for the faint of heart. Once in India, we tried to get on the train with reserved tickets. The train was so full that we couldn't even get on the train. Finally, we decided to board the next train we didn't have the tickets for. The whole train was full of people and poultry. There were people sitting and lying down. The whole train smelled like piss. And we had to stand for 7 hours on the train with no seats. I was completely shocked by the sanitary level. Vocab list. Get my hands dirty. Journey. Wanderlust. I'm sick of. Controlled. Mainstream media. See it with my own eyes. Afford. Frugally. Old folks home. Satisfying. Live on a shoestring. Hit the road. Criteria. Crash at someone's place. Live out of a suitcase. Travel solo. Off the beaten track. Logic. Vocab list. Drive up. Adapt to. Opt for. Cross the border. Well connected. Transportation network. Faint of heart. Bored. Poultry. Sanitary level. To travel economically is the rule of thumb to book a place with at least a kitchenette. Gosh, I cannot stress it enough. A functional kitchen gives you the options of cooking in a foreign country. You can find local ingredients and is a much healthier choice. In Asian countries like Taiwan, takeaway or eating out would be cheaper than cooking at home. But in Europe, eating out every day will easily break the bank, so you will need a kitchen to keep the cost low. If you can work online, that would be the best because you don't need to worry too much about money. Or you can do some work exchange. I was working in different countries to exchange for accommodation. Sometimes I feel a bit overwhelmed by the work and travel, but it's definitely worth it. Workaway and HelpX is a website that allows you to be in touch with the local NGO, families, schools, etc. So you can participate in sustainable projects like building an eco house in a foreign country. Most of the time you work to exchange for a roof above your head, warm meals, and cultural experience, and you can find work globally. Moving is a similar idea, but your experience will be mainly limited to farming and animals. And once you registered, you can only use the services with that country, which at the time I was aiming at the world, so I didn't spend money on registering on the website. The next one is house sitting. There are quite some websites featuring house sitting. A lot of house and animal owners are travelers like you and me. They will need someone to take care of the house and pets. Once you are in touch with the owners, you might have a chance to stay in a modern city or a picturesque village. Last but not least, au pair. Au pair seems to be particularly popular among the Japanese. It is a program which allows young adults to go to English-speaking countries to take care of babies, toddlers, or their families. It is especially useful for people who would like to improve their English skills and have experience with childcare. Couchsurfing is a website that links you to the locals. You can easily find a host in your destination, and you can stay at their place for free. It might sound dangerous, but I cannot count how many times I have used Couchsurfing on my trip. I stayed in a nudist place in Malaysia, a sport therapist in Greece, and a doctor-to-be in Germany. It just allows you to see the world in such a different light. Most of the time, you can talk to your host online by messages or video call first before you meet, and you can also check the reviews on the site. If that is too much for you, Couchsurfers on the site can also organize activities for travelers to join and experience local cultures, similar to meetup groups. My husband and I have been Couchsurfers for years, and sometimes we host adventurers from all over the world. Vocab List. Economically. The rule of thumb. Kitchenette. Stress. Functional. Ingredients. Break the bank. Overwhelmed. It is worth it. Sustainable. A roof above your head. Register. Animal owners. Picturesque. Toddlers. Child care. Nudist. Sport therapist. Doctor-to-be. See the world in a different light. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to support me or to have more of this kind of content, please click the like button and subscribe. If you wish to be notified, you can also click the bell button. If you have any questions about today's content, about backpacking or the vocabulary, please comment down below. And also, remember the exercise down below. I'll see you next time. Cheers!